Welcome back, folks, to Age of Lemuria. What episode are we on, Uno? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I think we're 13, maybe. Well, this is part two. I'll look at it when I upload it and everything else. So here we are. The snow is falling around you and Oda. We're out of your house. I assume you guys got out of your house. Or actually, where do you want this to be taking place?
It could be inside the house, like in the shelter.
Oh yeah, okay. So we get the screenshot of like inside Oda's like little area of effect, and then we see like a invisible house. Well, we don't see an invisible house. We just go through the camera, right? And then all of a sudden it changes scenes, and we're inside this teepee, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I was trying to say, but I never remember the word.
So Oda's like really, really happy with you as you're like showing her all these like really cool things. And she's like, I have something to show you. I have something to give you.
Okay.
Oda somehow takes out this foot. Like she's only a foot high, right? And she like has her hands and she's like claps and then she expands her hands together and she's like, and from it spawns. Should be able to show players. Save. And you should see it now.
Okay, let's see. Nope. Oh, I see. It's a wand. What?
Yeah.
Oda, what is this?
And this object is a beautiful wand. It's see-through, it's clear. She's like, you helped out Farmer Ed, and I want to help out you.
Oh, thank you. What is it?
It is a wand of great power of my people.
I see. Okay, how does it work?
So she like says, well, I mean, I could do it in here, but I don't know if you want to. I mean, she seems like kind of like, I want to do it in here, but she doesn't want to make you mad.
Just a description would be fine.
So this wand of magical power, she explains to you. 5 times per day, you may cast Ice Spear. A frozen spear of ice pierces through a line, 30-foot line, 5 foot wide, starting at a point in range. So she has like, do you have like any items in your little area?
Do I have any
objects?
What's the question, sir?
Do you have any objects inside of this little house?
No.
Okay, so she just opens up a can of whoop-ass inside this house. She launches an ice spear, and it just goes... And in this range, 5-foot range, it almost blows a hole in it, as any creature within this 5-foot line takes 6d8 cold damage on a failed save and half on as much. So she just, like, opens it up, and just goes... Whoosh.
Gosh. 5 times per day.
That's 5 times per day. 5 times per day.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Oda.
She's like, oh, that's not all that it does. She like takes it and she's like, she slams it, and right on top of her, she activates the wand, and above you an ice storm appears and starts swirling around, and
oh no!
You start taking damage as hell, and cold starts falling down on you. It's a pretty hilarious scene if it wasn't so brutal.
Just imagine from the outside, it's just like, oh no.
No, this is all contained within this little area.
Right, it's just, all you can see is just like a bunch of snow coming out of nowhere.
So you see it, right? So we get a screenshot of you neck deep in your little teepee. You take damage and stuff like that, and you start to get cold. But like Oda's like smiling and giggling and walking on the snow as you're neck deep inside your own hut of snow. It's considered difficult terrain, and any creature that fails a dex save takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage on a failed save. And that's only once per day.
Okay. Wow.
She's like, ooh, you like this?
It's crazy. Crazy power.
She's like,
I don't
well,
understand.
yeah.
I'm flattered that you would trust me with this.
Well, this is a wand of my people.
I'll definitely come back to visit you.
She's like, this is one of my best objects that I have. This is incredibly powerful. In the wrong hands, it can be quite, she like frowns, dangerous. You have to promise me something, Adrian. Only use it for good and to protect people you love.
Okay, I promise that I will only use it for good and to protect those I love.
She like nods in approval. She's like, you've proven yourself. You've proven yourself.
Okay. Hey, Oda, just one question. I think we talked about the curse of magic before, right?
She like nods. No, and actually,
So
she like nods. Like, no, we've not talked about any curses. What you talking
okay.
about? What you talking about?
Apparently, this is something that humans have, like when they use magic. It's
Yeah,
like
humans are stupid.
it corrodes them. Does it not affect your people?
So I think you rolled a natural 20, right? Well, actually, go ahead, roll me another knowledge arcana. This is a different subject.
Oh, Arcana.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you had no idea. So like Oda's like, humans are so dumb. We are connected to the air, the element of air.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
Does that mean you don't have like a white flame?
She's like, well, kind of not. All living creatures have the white flame.
Okay.
Well, not all.
But you don't use yours when you channel magic.
Oh, yes. But not to the extent of, like, humans or elves. We can live for a long time. She, like, pets her... Well, we're not outside.
Okay, we're outside.
Okay. she like takes your hand and she's like flying. And she's like, this is my life source. And she goes up to the tree.
Oh, I see. So trees can live for like thousands of years, but, you know.
Yes.
When the tree goes, you go.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. You won't do anything, will you? You won't cut down my tree.
Of course not, Oda. I wouldn't want you to go. No, I won't hurt your tree.
Okay, well, tell no one about my secret. If my tree dies, I die. I have to return to it, though. I'm bound to this place.
Does that upset you?
Hmm? I don't
mind
normally
that?
tell people this. I have a lot of faith in you.
Oh, I'm flattered. Thank you.
As a knife would kill you, an axe would kill me.
In that case, I'll do everything in my power to see that it doesn't happen.
Farmer Ed's promised me too, and he's kept true to his word. As long as I supply him enough wood.
I suppose that is a rather good deal.
She nods in agreement. He will protect me, and I will provide him wood. That is our arrangement.
I see.
He risks his life while I only have to give him wood. He's stupid. Humans are really dumb.
Oh man, you really tricked him there.
I did. And she like claps her hand.
I don't see why anyone would want to kill you. You seem like, I mean, you might be naughty, but it's not like
there are mean
you're hurting
humans
anyone.
out there who don't believe in magic. There's also dragons that burn down forests and kill many.
That's a good point. Those do exist.
There are many people who would want to hurt my tree.
Okay, well, you know, I won't hurt your tree.
She nods in appreciation. Everything has a connection. Everything's bound to something else. You just carry yours with you.
Huh. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna head back in.
Yeah, you're like really cold and drenched, so like ice is starting to form on you.
You know, I won't forget this gesture of kindness that you have shown me.
She like nods and she says, I hope it protects you.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I remember the last time you helped me with the smoke bombs. Those really helped.
Oh, well, that's because you were dumb.
Well, not as dumb as some humans, apparently.
You're right. That's why I trust you.
Oh. Thanks, Soda.
You're still dumb.
Okay, it's okay. You know, it's okay to trust people who are dumb. Because,
She like nods. I know.
I mean, you know, Billy is like, he's not the smartest, but you know.
Billy's a bullywug. Don't tell Billy about my tree.
I wasn't. I'm just saying, like, you know, he's a good friend of mine too. And
Billy's
not because he's smarter.
Billy's a bullywug.
Yeah, but he saved my life.
She like shrugs. Humans are so impressed with that, I guess.
We only get one, Oda.
She nods in agreement. She does nod in agreement.
Okay. Well, I will hopefully be back in a few days, if not sooner. If things go well.
Where are you going? Aren't you staying?
I need to go to this elvish city. Sedna? Is it?
Oh, that's risky. A human going to elven territory? Well, you are dumb.
Oh, maybe they'll take pity on me. It seems to have worked so far.
She just shrugs. Roll me a knowledge arcana as you're studying this wand. Yeah, you think that this wand is connected to her tree. So should the power of the wand fade, you know something has happened to this tree.
Yoda, there is one thing I can give you in return which isn't sort of human-ish made. And I'll take out Adron's flute, which is made of bone.
Ooh, she like claps.
You know, it's just, you might find it entertaining. And I don't have a lot of time to practice these days.
She like nods in agreement.
Okay, I'll offer it on the tree stump.
So she takes it and she attempts to play it. Let's see if she's any good at it. Let's see what's her bonus. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, wow, she's got some mad skills as she performs this little she's like, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for this wonderful gift.
It's the least I could do.
Bone flute.
Yeah. I look forward to hearing you play when I get back.
Bone flute given.
But, you know, Try not to break it because it used to belong to my mother.
Oh, I'll take care of it. You take care of my wand. Don't let anybody bad have it. Used for bad things.
My life.
That's...
Okay, I'll start to retreat back along the leaves. Okay. And go back into the shed. Not the shed, the house, the farm.
Sure. Farmer Ed's, of course, sitting by the fire, relaxing, trying to stay warm. He's like, "Oh, you're half frozen, boy. Come in. Come in."
Just brushing the ice off me.
Yeah. Starting to get it.
That went about, you know.
You ain't getting sentimental on that Faye, are you?
Hey, she's nice.
Yeah, that she is. A little bit stuck up, but yeah, she's nice. He coughs.
So, did we ever establish that Ed was this Edward guy?
Yeah, you know that this is Edward, the guy that the elves were after.
So how do you feel about Oda as a former Inquisition person?
Well, I made an arrangement with her. She agreed to terms, and we came to a mutual understanding.
You're like a devout of the Holy Master, right?
I am a soldier of the Holy Master, yes, you could say that. Am I a devout? No. I'm a soldier. That's for those Inquisition types. I'm a soldier, not a worshiper.
I'm a soldier, not a fighter. That's fair enough.
Okay. Like, it looks strangely at you, and like, okay.
From a book, honest. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me spend the night.
Farmer Ed nods to you. Billy, after taking care of the farm horse, comes back inside, and he's like, "Ribbit, ribbit." He's taking care of the eggs, making sure that they're nice and warm by the fire, and he every so often flips and turns them, and you can see life inside them.
Oh god. Really, how are the eggs?
He like takes the eggs and shows it to you, and you can do a knowledge nature.
All right.
Yeah, you're thinking that Billy's keeping the eggs fair, like he's doing like half the eggs will hatch, which is pretty good.
They look pretty healthy. Red, you still okay with this?
Farmer Ed like just shakes his head. He's like, putting full ideas into that bullywug.
Hey, if it works, it's more help around the house, right?
He like looks at you. He's like, a bunch of mouths to feed. You mean? You want to make Billy work twice as hard. He frowns at the bullywug. He seems to be accepting like this more open challenge of like, hey, you need to start doing more work in order to feed for more mouths that will be appearing. Billy and
well, at least we got
Farmer Ed seem to have an agreement.
That's fair enough. Okay, I will lay down for the night then. I haven't got much to say.
Yeah. You get a nice rest. You only are awakened every once in a while by Billy changing the eggs and going back to his little nest, or his little stool on which he sits on. Farmer Ed, of course, sleeps in his bed.
I will roll Portent to see if I have any dreams.
Sure, go ahead.
That's the wrong command. There we go.
That's alright. Oh, what's that bad? Okay. It's the next day.
Okay. Rising early.
No dreams come to you that night.
So Adron will get up and say his goodbyes. He'll shoulder his pack. I'm assuming that Farmer Red isn't going to let him borrow the horse.
I mean, are you going to ask him?
Hey, Farmer Red, can I borrow the horse?
Oh, go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Wait, it'll be dangerous.
Are you telling him this? It's going to be dangerous?
Well, it'll be dangerous for me without a horse. Persuasion. There you go.
So any magical stuff? Anything you want to do?
My visions do not help me.
No. So when you're like, you've taken care of my horse so far. If you're going to take my horse, I'm going to have to charge you. Because this is, I assume, pleasure. This isn't work. So I'm going to have to charge you money. Point. I need that workhorse around here, you understand. You've been gone for over a week and a half. It's got a lot of work back up.
Okay. Never mind then.
So he'll let you borrow it. He's just going to charge you money.
I wouldn't want to rob you of, honest work.
Right, no,
because it's, been a lot of rain lately.
So, so you're interested in a horse. I'm surprised you didn't go pick one up at the city of Alkaline or wherever.
Good point. I should have done that. Maybe I'll find a horse in Sedna.
True enough. You're going to the Elves' Land, right? That's pretty dangerous stuff.
Any words of advice before I go?
Do you speak Elvish?
No. But I do have a finger-waggling trick that will help me talk to them.
Says, what I would do is if I were you, I would, when I was working in the Inquisition, whenever we sent a diplomat, what they would do is they would set a fire at the edge of the forest. And if they wanted to talk to you, they would. So you'd have to wait 3 days and 3 nights, usually.
That is, I will take that into account.
Mind you, they'll cut your throat if they think you're a threat.
I'll also take that into account.
Elves don't mess around with humans, boy. Unlike the Inquisition, there's no trial. There's nothing.
There's no trial.
Yeah, you just don't wake up. There's a reason why elves have such a reputation.
Well, they'll be fine. Let's go, Redley.
He says, good luck. Good luck. So you travel on foot in the mud and rain.
Can I, make a makeshift umbrella?
Roll me a knowledge. Intelligence, I guess? You're trying to craft an umbrella, right?
Survival?
Sure, survival will work. Yeah, you make yourself not an umbrella, but you make yourself a waterproof cape.
I use the beeswax to line my coat.
Perfect. Excellent. I would have given you advantage on that roll if you'd done that. Where are you heading?
So
currently you are here. Farmer Ed's, where are you heading?
Elidora did mention it was the middle city, right? So I'm thinking it's this one?
Well, I mean, you go where you want to.
I mean, it might be good
I
to
shouldn't
go
say anything.
here
Where would you like to go?
first. They might have transport here, is what I'm thinking.
So go ahead and move yourself. And roll me that sweet, sweet survival.
I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Wait, I will use my portents.
Okay. Which one are
7.
you using?
So 7 plus 4 is 11.
Okay.
I narrowly avoid disaster.
Yeah, instead of complete disaster, you have an encounter. Go ahead and roll me a dice 6.
Okay. Roll 1d6. Not bad, kid.
Oh.
Rolling low good, or was it bad?
You're still in the Golden Plains.
True.
Interesting.
I'm approaching the river.
Okay, you're setting up camp. You do not have your horse. You do not have your wagon. Okay. Go ahead and set yourself up next to the fire. And go ahead and roll me a perception.
Where is the fire?
Fire's right here.
Oh, I don't see a fire, but I can roll perception.
You don't see the fire? The fire's right there. Is it on the GM
Don't see
layer?
one.
Yeah, it's in the GM layer. That's why.
I'll have my owl roll perception, because my owl is always doing all the seeing.
Ooh, that's objects and tokens. Map. There we go. Alright, go back to that. Alright, what'd you roll? An 18.
18.
Excellent. See if this creature is stealthing.
Is it still raining?
Yes, you are still in the Golden Plains. It is still raining.
Alright.
See, its dex got a +1 index. 1d20 plus 1. Oh, interesting. So you hear this lumbering, clubbering, the familiar stench of eggs and sulfur permeate the air.
I make a history check.
Sure. Actually, this would be Knowledge Arcana.
Arcana. Okay, I will use my Arcana. Because Arcana I can do.
Oh, yeah. You definitely know that this is a troll.
Trolls are bad.
Trolls are really bad. You know that trolls, even in the city of Ravenshaven, with its exceptional tolerance, is not acceptable. You know if this troll sees you, there will be no negotiations.
Can I see where this troll's coming from?
Sure. With your perception, you did see it. It was not stealthing at all. And you could actually hear it, like, stomping and going through the underbrush. You also hear it growl, like... it's not making itself stealthy at all. You clearly see it. Rolled a natural 1 on its stealth. So yeah, you can see it, and depending on what you want to do, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast rope trick.
Excellent.
And
Are you stealthing in any of this?
sure, I'll stealth up.
Okay. Go ahead and try to beat its passive perception. Well, I mean, as you cast your magic, it makes perfect sense. The troll, right, turns and looks at you and sees sees the campfire. This big black behemoth turns and looks at you. The stench of rotten eggs and sulfur permeate the air and just It goes. Oh, what do you do as we roll initiative?
So,
Are you just going to climb up?
if I climb up, can I pull the rope up behind me?
Yes.
It's convenient for me, so.
Okay. The troll comes over here, right? And begins sniffing the air, like it pokes the fire. It actually puts the fire out. And darkness consumes the forest. Even in your otherworldly senses, you still see this creature looking around, and we get a scene of drool and pieces of meat from its last meal fall out of its mouth as it's looking around the camp. I assume you still have your sleeping stuff out.
Yes.
So it goes rummaging through your stuff, but it's a troll, right? So it's not intelligent, and it just sniffs it and licks your bedroll. Yeah. After 15-20 minutes of it looking around, sniffing, it finally gives up and it starts to leave. Are you doing anything as it's rummaging through your camp?
I'm okay if it's leaving.
It appears to be just it's given up. I can't eat you now.
I can hide here all day, well, for an hour. So
yeah, about 15-20 minutes later, after rummaging through your camp and not having anything to eat, did you grab your food and stuff like that?
I think so, yeah.
I
don't have food out. It's in bags.
Did you grab your bags? So yeah, it eats the food that you left out. So yeah, anything that you had down, all your supplies and stuff gone as it rummages through your crap.
So Adron is an outlander, so he can gather food for up to 6 people per day.
Excellent. Well, the food that you gathered today, gone. This troll ate it all, and it leaves.
Damn trolls.
Yeah. Troll leaves.
I ain't messing with no trolls. I might be level 6, but I'm a scared, squishy wizard.
All right. That's the end of this encounter.
This is the Adron play style.
Hey, avoiding an encounter is still avoiding an encounter. So, it doesn't matter how you do it. If you survive, it's fine. What's next?
I'll wait till the spell ends, basically, and then come out.
So the spell ends, and you come out. Nothing else happens.
Okay, well, I guess I do have a spell called Leomund's Tiny Hut. I will like to ritually cast this spell to create a dome around my campfire.
Okay, go ahead and paste it.
Leomund's Tiny Hut.
Yeah, what does it do?
The ultimate camping spell.
Maybe. To fit immobile dome of force. Spell ends 9 creatures and minimum spell things. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Space is comfortable and dry regardless of weather outside until the spell ends. You are commanded in the interior and already done. Okay, excellent. The night passes uneventfully for 8 hours as the dome fades. By the way, what does it look like? Tell the audience, what does this dome look like as you cast this ritual? It only takes you a minute, so what happens?
So, Adron is setting these pylons in a 10-foot radius around his camp, and as he channels the magic through the spell, it creates this sort of bubble around him. A half bubble with the same sort of texture, but it's when he gets ready to sleep, he makes it opaque and blue, a light shimmering blue in the forest.
And then you disappear within the spell. So like, are you doing anything special during this time?
Not particularly. I mean, going through my arcane study notes. That's it.
The sun appears over the clouds. What? Are you ready to head out again?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Go ahead and roll me that sweet, sweet survival as you make it to the
I
edge of the Silver Mountains.
feel like Leoman's tiny hut is going to break a lot of camp-based encounters.
I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay. So
You have
21...
to declare. Let's make sure, like, you have to declare and mark off that spell. You have to have that spell prepared.
Ritual.
So, yep. Oh,
So I
it's a
don't have
ritual.
to have it prepared.
Nice.
As long as I use an hour to cast it.
That's a minute. Casting time is 1
So
minute.
it's a minute if you don't cast it as a ritual.
Oh, okay.
But if you cast something as a ritual, it takes longer. So can I move here?
You may, yes, easily. You have no encounters. Your the plains are sparse forests and stuff like that, and then wide open plains and mud and everything else. As you head towards it, you notice like there is a sharp contrast as you cross the river, as the normal woods becomes giant redwood forests. So there's this very sharp contrast between like the Golden Plains and then the Silver Mountains. This woods is very, very old and protected by the elves. Yeah, you make it to the other side of the river. What, if anything, do you do?
I will follow Ed's advice and do the fire trick to indicate I am a diplomat or equivalent.
Okay, so are you going to spend 3 days and 3 nights? And you're going to light a fire?
I will light a fire. And also use Leoman's tiny hut for the 3 days.
So just to be clear, there's just a fire burning in the woods. Nobody can see you.
That's a good point. But they can see the dome.
Can they see the dome?
Yeah, it's a dome of force. So it's like a shimmery blue rippling thing. It's not like they're invisible.
Oh, it's just a dome. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll me survival. As you light this campfire, you will have to come out of this dome every so often to relight the fire.
Okay,
so go
that's
ahead and
fine.
roll me a survival for the first day. As you're just sitting down. Okay. Nothing happens. Right.
Survive.
The night passes uneventfully. Okay. And then next.
Last night. Go, go, go.
No. You're doing this every day and night.
Every day and night.
Yes.
Wow.
Because you're sitting, right? You're sitting idle.
Well, I mean, I'm gathering food and stuff, I assume.
Right. But you keep coming back to the same location. So you're camping in this area, correct?
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Would you like to use portents on this roll?
Let's see if I had a nice dream the night before. So, slash roll. Okay, I'll swap the 13. So 17?
Okay. Yes. Dreams come to you, but it's mostly of forest, and you have a sense of running and flying and like going from tree to tree, and it's a wonderful dream. It's almost like you're a squirrel or something. It's really crazy.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. anything happen, or do I need to roll a few more times?
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need to roll 2 more times. And on the last time, yeah. Yeah, nothing happens in the day. Are you going to roll importance?
Let's see if I'm super important today. Looks like my luck's run out.
Fascinating. Are you switching anything around?
I'll buff it up to a 10.
Excellent. You still have an encounter on the forest. Interesting. So this is on the edge of the water. Oh man. Do we have waters? That's a good question.
Is this before or after I've set up my dome? That's the question.
This will be. Let's see here. It's night. So is your dome on at night?
Because it's like that's where you sleep.
Right. Okay. So go ahead. Roll me a die. Die 6.
Oh my god, to draw some attention. Oh no. A
Interesting.
dragon.
Interesting. Oh wow. Where are we at? Oh yes, we are now in the Golden Plains, or the Silver Mountains. So we're going to move you over to the Silver Mountains. You're near the water. Let's see here. But there's no water here. You're out in the field. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and place yourself and your owl.
I don't like that laugh. Can I get a dome?
Sure. How big is this dome again? Actually, you can just make it, right? You should be able to make one.
Okay, so it is a 10-foot radius. So it's 20 feet diameter. That's my understanding.
So 4 by 4. Make a square and then 4 by 4. Object. Where would you like it?
Around my campfire, and
4 by 4.
it comes
Let's
to
choose
sing
a
us, I
different
guess.
color. Let's choose a different color. What type of color would you like it to be?
Light
Preferably
blue.
not green. Okay, blue.
Oh my god. So the last time I rolled a 1, it was a wyvern.
Roll me a perception.
Okay, let's have a go. Something's coming, something's.
Okay.
22.
Yes. Once again, you see this wyvern flying above.
Same one.
Huh?
Is it the same one?
Go ahead and roll me knowledge nature. You studied the other one, so why not? Let's go ahead and roll me a knowledge nature to see if this is the same creature. It could be. It's too far away currently. Are you stealthing, or actually this is a dome, right? And you said it's not invisible?
Yeah, so it's definitely standing out.
Blue shimmering dome. Fascinating. So this wyvern lands. So let me set up the scene. You're in the woods, right?
Yes, I am in the woods.
And as you recall, where are wyverns from?
Do
you remember?
The mountains?
No. Wyverns are not native to the Silver Mountains.
Oh, it's the Jade Forest.
The Jade Rainforest. So this blue shimmering shield is like a little beacon, right? And then you notice this wyvern like flying, and like a bat, it like lands on one of these massive trees, right? And it's like staring at your blue shimmering shield. and it's like looking at it like a like a very bird-like, and it's just like clinging to this massive tree, and it's just like it's just like studying it. It's as if this creature has not seen it before. This blue shimmering shield. What, if anything, do you do?
So here's the thing. Adron does actually know how to speak Draconic.
Interesting. Tell me more.
So, as the wyvern lands, he's going to call out in
Currently, the wyvern is on a massive tree staring at you. So, like, all of a sudden, you hear, like, this crash, and you look up because it's, like, instantaneous light. You see this wyvern staring down at your blue dome. It can't see inside of it, but it's clearly looking at it from your inside view, right? So it's like we get two shots. One from the wyvern's point of view, where it's like on this like massive tree, and it's got like a shot looking down at this blue protective orb. And then you have your shot where you're looking out, and this big massive wyvern is like looking down at you. It can't see you, but it's clearly noticing you. So the audience is like, oh man, how's he going to get out of this one?
Hello, I say in Draconic.
Let me read the thing. Let's see here. It says, 9 creatures. Spell fails if the area of a large creature or more have 9 enter its creature and objects within the dome. You can cast a spell and it can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells, other magical effects can't extend through it. Silence if you command the interior to become dimly. So can it see you? Tell me how this is. It like clear?
It's like a swirling, opaque maelstrom.
Can it hear you?
Yes. It only blocks sight.
What do you say?
Hello, friend.
It like looks at you and it cocks its head and it says, which we see like a translation below it is like, are you food?
No.
And we have the subtext beneath it and it says, that's what all food says.
So how do you tell the difference?
It lands and it like begins walking towards you. Like, this is a 10 foot by 10 foot creature. It's the size of a horse, a flying horse. Its skin is like incredibly loose, and it doesn't have scales. It's very much like a naked bat-like creature. It's got these sharp, extended teeth. This wicked-looking spike is on its back. It's got these bat wings, and it's clearly coming towards you. There's no way that this creature can't look intimidating or threatening. It has like this like loose throat, and it looks very much like a turkey. In some aspects, you know how the nasty looking turkey's skin looks? That's what it looks like. And it approaches you.
Are you food?
To others, yes. You know magics. This is all in Draconic, but it's like switched over, right? So to the audience, it just sounds like normal dialogue, as it's like, yes.
Yes. Uh, yes.
Who do you serve?
Ooh, okay. Can I roll deception?
You may, yes.
I'm gonna say Vilesath. Da, 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 da. Because that's the only other dragon I know.
That is true.
I'm an egg.
Go ahead and roll me that
I'm an
sweet
egg.
deception. Would you like to use one of your portences? Not that would help any.
I think. Did I roll already?
Yeah, you've
For
already
portent
rolled.
today?
It's
Okay,
terrible
so
rolls.
Let me check. It was a 6 and a 5. So, no, I don't want to change. You know, I'm an egg.
Lies! Lies! The food lies. It comes closer as you provoke it. Yes, it seems leery of this blue shield around it, and it kind of like looks around as if trying to figure out like what it is and if it will hurt it. Lies. Lies.
You better stay back. Otherwise, maybe you'll be the food, huh? You ever think about that? You big wyvern person.
So it looks around this dome, right? And it goes up and it like starts mouthing it. What happens when it mouths it?
So it can't pass through, so it's just like gnashing at thin air, just trying to
So it's
scrape
like-
it.
So you see this like mouth, just like clearly, obviously trying to bite through it. As it walks up to it, it's like
It's like the surface is made of glass.
so it's like mouthing at it, right? Lies, food lies.
What is your name?
We have no names. What is yours? It like moves ever closer to you, and it's like it's got its claw on you, and it's just like, and you hear this screeching as it's like putting its wing over you.
My name is Adron, and I am a powerful wizard that should not be trifled with.
Yes, more lies.
You dare? What are you doing so far away from the Jade Forest?
I am here to serve. Serve. Once again, it's like mouthing. I still doesn't quite understand the spell. It was like trying to figure out how to get around it. This creature is clearly intelligent, but not as intelligent as the dragon that you encountered. Not that you had any conversations with it, but it's clearly stinks of rotting flesh.
I saw you before in the Golden Plains, going over to the desert.
Yes, I am here to serve.
You're a servant of the dragons.
I serve dragons. Who do you serve? Liars. It once again walks around you. You know how like there's like this dome, right? So like as you're backing up from one side to the other, it's like trying to like circle around, trying to get closer to you. All the while biting away at this invisible barrier.
I serve many masters, but I serve only fate, for I can see the future.
Yes, yes. You see futures. What else does it do? Lies? It once again crawls around, climbs on top of the dome, And as you're like standing up, this is like the closest you've seen to this wyvern. You're pretty sure that it can't get to you, but as it's like mouthing down it, you can see its rows of sharp teeth and its massive claws about the size of your hand. This thing is clearly trying to eat you, or at least try to get to you. You're not quite sure which.
I will give you one last warning, wyvern. Be gone, or I shall dispel you with the great magical powers.
I mean, you've already lied to it, so... The wyvern's still clawing away at you, and he's like, nice!
This is your final chance. Okay, I think I'm good to roll initiative.
Alright, let's start rolling that sweet, sweet initiative.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, my initiative is wrong.
It's going in. I'm going to lie to this wyvern. Why would you do this? Why would you do this?
I don't want to be like, hi, my name's Adron, you know. Just a fucking kid.
Okay. That's the dice roller. Initiative order. Add turn. Add turn. Add turn. Okay. Oh, no. Don't want the wyvern to go twice. I mean, do we want the wyvern to go twice? The wyvern got a 2. Wyvern got a 2. Okay. Adrian, what'd you get? 14? That's low for you.
14.
Riley got a 16?
Yes.
116. Excellent. Top of the round. Descending. Your owl. What is your owl doing? The owl is clearly... the owl barely can fit in this... I mean, it fits in this mouth, right? So it's like... yeah, your head could easily fit inside this chopper. It's on top of you. What does the poor owl do as this creature?
The owl is going to hop on Adron's shoulder, and then Adron is going to draw Oda's wand.
Excellent.
This is your... This is your final warning.
Is it the wyvern's turn?
No, I'm going to do my turn if that's okay.
Okay.
Adron is going to use his movement to step outside of the dome and cast... what was the spell? Ice Storm.
Excellent. Oh, it's an AoE, right?
Right, but I think it's just making a show of force here.
Okay. Where are you casting it?
So it's a 20-foot radius.
Excellent. So we're going to have domes on top of domes.
Let's see. I basically want it like this.
It's a line. Yep. 20 foot. What type of color? We'll do blue. Ice Storm, you say? It's an AoE, correct?
Yes.
It's a 20 foot by 20 foot?
So it becomes difficult terrain as well as it becomes frozen land. It's 40 by 40.
Oh, it's 40 by 40. Holy crap. Where are you centering this thing?
I want to center it so that it's not going to hit me or my owl, basically. So 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8. It's 8.
I will bring down a storm upon you.
8 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Tell me about this damage. It's a reflex. So the DC matches yours. What is the DC of it?
So my DC is
D20. Oh, it makes it. Takes half damage.
14.
Roll me some sweet, sweet damage.
Okay, so this is half. This damage is guaranteed in either way.
So it takes 9 bludgeoning damage and takes half of the cold. Correct?
8 and 9.
Excellent. So it takes 17 points.
I'll step back into the dome.
It shrieks.
There.
And you step back inside?
Are you sure that you want to mess with me, Adron, the Great Sorcerer Supreme?
The Wyvern, I think it becomes half movement, right? Because it's difficult terrain.
It's snowy on the top of the dome.
So like screams and rage, right? And then like jumps off of it, and like it climbs up a tree, like, and it hisses at you in rage. It is currently, let's see here, half movement. Let's see its movement. So oh wow, okay. So it goes half, right? Half speed. So it literally like flies up and lands on this tree and just clings to it. And it just screams in rage and agony as like these shards of ice like plummeting on it, and just like hisses in rage. And it's your turn. Oh, it's Riley's turn. It's Al's turn.
I mean, my owl's just going to be on my shoulder because I don't want to get him.
Okay. It's your turn. You are safe inside your dome, even though it's currently getting... You see, like, these shards of, like, daggers just collapsing in. What do you do?
What say you, Wyvern? Would you still call me a liar?
Are you going to do anything else?
I'm going to try and intimidate him, if I can do that as an action.
Yeah, go ahead.
Intimidation, scare your enemies away.
That's what you're trying to do. What's the DC on it? It's half the CR, right?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. That fails.
Wait, what's the CR from Wyvern?
I mean, more than CR4. Or CR8. More than CR8. It screams in rage. Once again, it flies back down and like lands right before you, and it starts clawing away at this barrier. Can it do anything as it like takes the stinger and stabs into the barrier? Can it do anything to this thing?
It's an immovable object.
It's an immovable object. So it focuses all of its attacks on this barrier, and you're like right on the other side, and yeah, you see it just go as it makes a full round attack, but you're safely inside this barrier. It is now Riley's turn.
Adron is going to step outside the dome again with his owl, and he's going to cast Flaming Sphere at 3rd level.
Excellent. It's a reflex save, correct?
Let me set it up. I have a fireball thing, just a rolling fireball.
Cool. It fails to save. What's the damage? Roll me the sweet, sweet damage as it eats this fireball to the face.
Flaming Sphere. 2d6. I cast it at level 3. It is an extra d6, so it's 3d6. It's this huge rolling Indiana Jones style fireball boulder.
Excellent. Takes
As
10
it
points of
rams
damage.
into, and then he's going to step
and screams in rage. And this fire is like starts flapping. And then once again it lands in the tree. And it's like it moves and it like claws around and turns back and looks at you and it's like it is the owl's turn again. Oh, you need a fireball. You need a fire.
I would like a fireball.
It is currently 40 feet in the air. That is its normal movement. Fire. There we go. There we go. And it was right there.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is I can't really defeat this thing in.
So it's currently it's barely injured. It's got some slight burns and it's got like some shard slashes on it, but it's like thick hide seems to protect it from most of these attacks. It doesn't have any resistances, so all your damages has gone through, but it seems to be barely injured.
I'll shout out Intraconic once more.
Sure, go ahead and roll me intimidation.
I'm just gonna shout. There's no point, you know. By the time you reach me, I'll be long gone. This wall of force is, you know, last for a very long time. As long as I can.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me intimidation. As you're trying to tell this buzzard dragon off. Okay. Let's see here. This wyvern is fairly large. Telling you that it's fairly old and an experienced hunter. It begins to fly up, right? Up above. And it begins circling around your cone of ice shards, and it's just like flying around. See here its movement.
Okay.
80 feet, holy crap. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So it's starting to circle you. You can roll me a knowledge arcana as you're starting to understand its tactic.
Oh god.
Yeah. This creature is probably every bit of 100 to 200 years old, and you are probably not the first wizard that it has fought. So you think that by studying its behavior, that this creature is simply going to wait you out.
It's okay. I have a plan.
Excellent. It's your owl's turn.
So I'm okay to end combat here if nothing else is going to happen, and wait until morning before the spell ends.
Excellent. Okay. Sure.
So in the morning, all the ice is just scattered around, and Adron is going to do his rope trick inside the dome.
Excellent. So what happens is bloop and bloop. Yep.
And then when the dome of force is gone, there's nothing there.
Excellent. The wyvern continues to circle, and you can see outside, right? So this is the third day, and on the third day, as this wyvern just continues to just wait you out, right? Several arrows shoot up in the air and start sticking in the wyvern. It's like, and starts flying, and it starts flying away as the elves start pelting it with arrows and drive it off.
Man, I'm so glad I took rope trick. That's something else so many times.
Yay! Hey, knowledge. Knowledge is everything.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. So elves, Well, I mean, they appear. They're like you see like a squad of rangers like shooting it, and there you see them like running on foot and like riding these elk, and you see them just like and they're chasing the wyvern away, because this is their territory. You see a figure come out after like the sudden like burst of like action. The wyvern like flies off, and the hunting party chases after it. You see a figure step out of the forest, and you could have swore that that figure was not there before.
Okay. So this is Adjon climbing down from his rope and into like this like ice-strewn campsite.
Let's see here. This figure comes out, sword in hand, and says, "Tharthane or Hethna." Do you speak Elvish?
I will cast tongues on myself. I like inhale sharply, and then I say in Elvish, "Hello, my name is Adjon."
Who are you, stranger, and why do you trespass?
Is it trespass? I thought diplomats
you're
wait
on
for
the
3
edge of their
days.
forest, so it's still considered trespassing. Even if you step over that line, it's still considered trespassing.
I must travel to the city of Sedna. I was hoping I could bear passage through
Humans
this
are not
elvish
welcome here.
settlement.
Leave while you still have your life. This place is dangerous for your kind.
I mean, you know that I am not Inquisition, so I mean no threat to you.
A sword comes out. I mean, it was already out, right? But as soon as you mention the Inquisition, the swords like becomes hostile and is pointed at you. It says, "No Inquisition is here. Leave now, human."
I'm here to bring warning.
Speak your words and leave.
I cannot. I must travel to Sedna.
If you do so, you will be in chains. You will be brought before the Grand Magus and put on trial, and then executed.
Why would you execute me?
You are trespassing. Clear violation.
I didn't realize it was a violation.
You enter the sacred woods of our forest.
Do you have anyone who can guide me to Sedna?
Anyone here could, and like gestures around. You don't see anybody, but clearly they're referring to someone. You are not welcome. I mean, it's almost like you need a passport or some sort of. You did not pay for this DLC.
So, there is a reason I must travel to Sedna, and it's because a ranger, has died, and I have brought back something of value of them so that their family can pay their proper respects.
When you say that, the elf holds out its hand. It lowers its sword and holds out its hand.
Raxion will reach into his bag and take out this masterwork damaged longbow.
You hear several gasps and sadness, like, and you hear like whispers through the forest.
Do you see why I must travel to Sedna?
The ranger grabs the bow out of your hand and is like, "What have you done to it?"
it was damaged in an explosion. I've been treating it as well as I can with beeswax. I understand that's how you sort of preserve it. But it was uh, when I found it, it was unfortunately scarred.
Clearly, this elf is upset that you would bring back a damaged relic of his people. He's clearly upset. So there's like a combinations, right? So you're like, hey man, I got your friend. Your friend's dead. The stuff that I was, supposed to keep protected is burnt up. So like you're just like relaying bad news atop of bad news atop of bad news, and you have I mean, what are you going to do?
If you
I
will
mean,
take this to the range to Sedna for me, I will gladly leave. It is my only reason I have come here.
leave, stranger. Your kind is not welcome here. Thank
Long
you
as-
for returning the bow.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for defending me from that wyvern.
It was not to protect you. This is our homeland. Such filth does not belong here.
I thought the elves and the dragons sort of were. Never mind. I'll be on my way.
He's like, I am not your educator, stupid human. So, I mean, are you leaving? What are you doing?
I mean, it sounds like this guys can do it for me, so I'm okay with that. Saves me having to explain to whoever's family it belongs to.
You can roll knowledge. What would it be? Nobility? Yeah, knowledge nobility.
5e doesn't have that, so history or
History, yeah. Go ahead and roll me history. Yes, you do have a passport.
I do?
You have a piece of paper with the Grand Magus's paper on symbol on it.
But it's not addressed to me.
No, it's not. But it's a command.
Okay. I do have this letter from the Grand Magus. Perhaps this will excuse my intrusion.
You offer the paper. The elf grabs the paper out of your hand and like starts looking over it. It takes out some dust and starts sprinkling on it, and then you see like this symbol appear. And the elf like raises like the symbol and like shows like everybody else around it, and you hear like the easing of bows.
Wow,
As,
you guys
as
really
strange
got
as
like humans.
words speak true. What do you want, outsider? You do not belong here. You bring dire news from the outside world. Tell us that one of our kin has been killed, and you return the object damage. What else do you come? Stormcrow.
Stormcrow?
Stormcrows. Tell of bad news.
Oh, I like that. That's a good name. I might write that down. I mean, this ranger unfortunately died in the explosion, and I met another elf, and she told me that the right thing to do would be to bring it back to her. But I do have another piece of news. Are you familiar with the elf known as Aura, the druid?
Everybody like looks around and says, "Is she dead as well?"
I know she was a slave. I was
There's a murmur
cast in.
of like Stormcrow and like bad news, ill will. You hear
I
like this-
was tasked by an elf to free her. Okay, and that meant infiltrating the city of Alkaline, and she did escape. I don't know where she is now. She, we both were separated when the guards came.
You hear like murmuring, like Stormcrow, bad news, danger, outsider. He's like, what else do you have to say?
I think that the Inquisition is planning to move on the elves. I think that might be important information for you guys, considering you are elves. I am aware that there is some sort of conspiracy afoot.
Once again, there's murder, like bad Stormcrow.
What do you expect? You think I came here to give you honey ale?
Everybody's kind of like, I mean, this is like a serious moment, right? Like you're coming in and like relaying all this bad, terrible news. You think that they don't know anything about this? Like this group of rangers doesn't know anything about what you're telling them, but you do have evidence, and they're kind of uncertain. Like their job is to protect the woods, and you're here, right? An invader, and they're trying to figure out, like, is this person, can this person be trusted? So it seems to me like you need to roll a persuasion.
I am just
in order
a blind.
to convince them. Yep, because currently they have mixed emotions about you, because you're coming in like, yeah, your druid's a slave. Your fellow rangers. Holy shit! Would you like to use importance?
Yeah, I'll make it into not. So it's a 5.
You will leave now.
I have my letter back. It belongs to me.
No, they do not return your letter. They do not return your bow. You are lucky to leave with your life.
I gesture to the ice around them, and it's like, do I seem like the sort of person that should be trifled with?
Are you intimidating them?
No, I don't want to intimidate them.
I'm going to tell you right now, they're super on edge. They just got done fighting a wyvern, driving a wyvern off. The stranger appears, telling bad, terrible news, spouting that their druid has been captured and is a slave. Their fellow ranger is dead. Yeah, I mean, you're just all bad, right? You're an outsider, everything else. So if you intimidate them, and if you fail this roll, combat will start.
I am not going to do that then.
Okay.
Because I made a promise that I would not kill Aura's people.
So like emotions are high, right? And they're telling you to leave right now.
Okay, I made a promise not to take an elf's life, so I will leave. But I am not happy that I am being treated this way.
They don't seem to care one damn bit. They're here to protect their home from any intruder.
Okay, as long as the bow gets returned to Sedna, that's fine by me.
You can ensure that. Thank you, stranger, for returning this artifact to us. I suppose you want some reward.
I mean, I kind of don't want to lose the letter, but
go ahead and roll me a knowledge history.
History.
Or intelligence, either way. Yes, this is clearly a test.
I'm afraid that there is no reward that you can give me that will, you know, uh, be of interest to me. I am not a man who goes out in search of wealth.
Then you are 1 in 1,000. Depart these lands, Stormcrow. You do not belong here. You think that they are slightly impressed by you, not accepting a reward.
Okay. I will begin to walk away.
Yeah. They fade back into the forest as if they were never there.
Wait, I didn't catch your name. I look around and they're gone.
It's not that they didn't hear you.
Damn, okay. Well, time to go home, I guess. It's such a weird episode. But we're getting close to a month being passed, I think.
It's only been, let's see here, traveled 3 days, that traveled another 3 days. It's been about almost a week, yes.
So it's like, can't go to the city of Alkaline, can't go to the Elvish settlements.
Well, you can't, you were at the city of Alkaline. You didn't go into the interior. Actually, you did. You reached the first outer ring.
It's like everywhere I go is just, what are you doing here?
It's almost like you're an outsider or something. Like, that's a fundamental character thing about your character. Is like, you are an outsider.
That's a good point. That's a very
I mean, what do you want me to do, man? You literally, that's your character.
Okay, I'll stop whining.
Oh, you're welcome into the Grandmaster. No, that's not how it works. If you're an outsider, you are an outsider.
I mean, they took away my passport, man.
I mean, did they?
Should I check my bag and snuck back in?
They totally took that letter.
Oh, okay.
They didn't slide it back in. No way.
Okay.
It's almost
well,
as if you need someone to escort you in.
I don't know any elves
Yeah.
apart from the ones that are slaves or exiled. Damn.
I mean, these people are like, I mean, there's a reason why they've survived for so long, right? Very isolationist, very protectionist. So, yeah. You have that eerie feeling that you're still being watched.
That's okay. I guess it's time to start heading home.
Excellent.
Doing the thing. A long walk home.
Are you going to fast travel? You've now made it to the city of Sid. Well, not yet. You made it to the edge.
Wait, was that the city of Sydney?
No.
Okay.
Which
city was it?
It was no city.
There was no city.
Yes, you didn't see a city.
What? Oh, wow. Crazy.
It's almost
I'll
like
fast
the
travel.
giant redwood forest is covering everything.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you heading? Tell me where you're going.
Back to Farmer Ed's place.
Okay, so we're heading back to the farmstead?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Scroll. I love that. It's like, hey, why doesn't anybody want me to be here?
Why does everyone hate me?
Why does everyone? I tell horrible bad news, and then like everybody wants me to be here. You were honest with them, right? Kind of.
Kind of. I didn't say I killed her, so.
How bad would that have been? Oh, I murdered your friend.
But I also helped Save your friend. Hello, Farmer Ed. I have returned.
Yeah. Farmer Ed, it's still raining naturally. You know that this is still springtime. It's about middle way in the spring, and it just rains and rains and rains. Naturally, it's wet, with few breaks here and there of sunlight, but it quickly gets consumed again as rain envelops it. So what, if anything, do you do here? Farmer Ed's, once again, staying close to his fire, and he's like, welcome back, welcome back. Good to see you, Adrian. I'm glad you're not dead.
Good to be back. Man, you wouldn't believe what I saw.
What did you see?
Fought a dragon.
You fought a dragon?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like I had my shield up and it was like rah, rah, and then it ran away.
What color of dragon was it? Was it a silver dragon?
It was a wyvern, a green, they're like bat-like.
I haven't seen wyverns since my campaign into the Jade Rainforest. You had to gather an object of great importance for the Inquisition. It was crazy.
Okay.
These emerald stones. It was weird.
Were they... Wait, did you say emerald stones?
He's like, yeah.
Dude, I found an emerald stone. And it had like magical powers.
Oh, these weren't magical.
Okay.
These were just green stones, like jade. Solid jade. We had went there to harvest. I lost half of my men going there. It's crazy.
Did they glow, these gems?
They weren't magical by my standards.
Maybe gemstones can like house a flame. I'll have to do some studying on that.
He like looks at you and he's like, what are you talking about?
So, you know about the world of spirits, right? Like the white flame and the black flame.
Oh, you're talking about the Holy Master.
No, I'm talking about like every living thing has a life force, right?
No, we belong to the Holy Master. Oh, don't forget, he's Inquisition. So he's been brought up.
Yes,
so he's trying to correct you. He's like, you're listening to a bunch of bull hockey and stuff like that. Don't believe that nonsense. Right? We all serve the Holy Master. We return to him. We belong to him.
I don't know what to do, Farmer Ed. It's like, I think the Inquisition is going to declare war on the elves. No, I don't know what I can do.
He like scratches his beard and he's like, well, I mean, I'd just retire. I looks around and coughs. I just retired. I'll leave this war of elves and humans and just settle down and just live here in peace.
Okay, so that's my second problem. So I think I'm gonna die soon.
He like laughs. He's like, ain't we all? He like slaps you on the back. He's like, ain't we all?
Like I might have like a few months or a year at best.
It's like,
I don't know.
Son, my disease isn't contagious. You're what, 19, 20 years old? You're still young.
Yeah, but you know that I use magic, right?
Yeah.
There's always a cost. And the cost is that when I use magic, it shortens my lifespan.
He seems to not understand this. He's like, no, what we do is we invoke the Holy Master's blessing upon us. And that is how we go forth. Remember,
And
like
I'm not
Farmer
sure how
Ed's a layman, right? So as you're like discussing this with him, you think that he has no idea what he's talking about. This like spiritual energy and life force and spirit. Like he has no idea what he's talking about.
Ed, I don't draw power from the Holy Master. I draw
That's
power.
that's heresy.
I
That's
know.
heresy.
That's why I'm blind. It's because I'm a heretic.
He shifts uncomfortably at that. He's like, "Well, I mean, heretics can still fulfill the Holy Master's plan. You just have to believe."
I know. But I know there might be some way to, I don't know, make. There's a tome beneath this farmstead, and I found a message that said there was a way to relieve the curse of magic. If I could find a way to do that, then maybe I won't die. That's what I'm thinking.
He like shrugs and not completely understanding. Like, I mean, we're all going to die, son. You need to just accept it. You're not going to stave off death. That's the amazing thing about life. You know, life's only here temporarily. You have to appreciate every single day.
But Ed, it's like my disease. I might not live very long if I don't do this.
He coughs.
And what's worse is if I do live, it's going to change me
Well, people change over time.
in a bad way. Like
Oh,
maybe I'll go crazy, or maybe I'll hurt people, or maybe
you're saying you're going to hurt me?
no, I'm not. I would never hurt you.
Oh, I
But
don't know what you mean then.
so I think the reason why heretics are called heretics is because over time magic makes them all sort of weird and
I mean, you are weird.
I mean like evil, I guess.
Evil, you say? So you're saying that the Holy Master's teachings are right? I never thought that you'd say that. Are you evil? I don't think all of them are evil.
I think the Holy Master has good intentions, but it's like the end justifies the means for them. But for me, the end doesn't justify the means.
Well, if it ever gets too much for you, you can always use a rope and a tree outside.
Thanks, Farmer Ed.
So,
I guess I'll just die if I go crazy.
If you can't live with it, son, if you believe you can't handle it, maybe it's just better to go out that way.
That's a good point. I do always carry a rope with me. So, hey Ed, do you ever know you know about dwarves, right?
Never met one in my life.
What happened? What happened to them?
I never met one. I have no idea.
But they used to live here, presumably.
He like shrugs. Like maybe this doesn't seem like rocky terrain. It doesn't seem like dwarf holes or anything like that. It seems weird. Or dwarf
I mean,
to just be
thousands of years ago, a dwarf died, and they built his tomb here.
Yeah. What about it?
So that means this place, this whole area, must have been part of a dwarf kingdom or something before the Inquisition rose to power.
That's possible. Yeah. I mean, sure.
I don't know.
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, he is no way near a historian or a theologian. I mean, you're like saying, "Hey, do you know about these invisible people?" No, I've heard legends of them. It'd be like you telling me, "Hey, have you heard about the legend of this Neanderthal?" I'd be like, "Okay, tell me about this legend of this Neanderthal. I have no idea."
Okay.
So Farmer Ed seems to be like, he's being really polite and like nodding his head as you're like, yeah, this is like, oh yeah, so there's a spirit world and stuff like that. But he's still being really gracious host. You think that he has very little idea of what you're talking about. You finger waggler, you.
I just appreciate that I can talk to you about these things.
I mean, if it bothers you so much, you should go and study some books, or ask the elves, or ask the Inquisition, or ask one of the dragons if it bothers you so much. I mean, if you're going to die, might as well go out spectacularly.
That is good advice.
Getting ate by a dragon could be pretty fun.
I did meet a dragon, actually. He was part of a council in Ravenshound.
Oh, yes, I've heard of the Dragon Balseth, yes.
You've met him? Or have you just heard of him?
I have not met him. I've heard of him. There's so few dragons in this world.
Maybe he can help, I don't know.
Might be one of the most famous or infamous, depending on how you view him.
Why do you say infamous? Because he overthrew the settlement?
He's done many terrible, evil things. He has a legend around him.
Does he?
Yes.
What sort of great crimes did he commit?
Oh, you're not aware of these? Well, he killed a Grand Magus. He pissed off the elves. He took over a city. He invaded the fire mountains. Mountains of fire. I've ever heard legends that he's traveled into the dark, black marsh. Maybe his soul is corrupted or twisted. Who knows?
Maybe. I told you I met Judas.
Oh, yes, the traitor Inquisitor Lord. Yeah, he's a traitor.
It's a very unusual gathering.
I wouldn't put much stock into them. They're traitors, all of them.
But, I mean, I'm an outsider, so they might be the best I've got.
Strange fellows.
The elves, they called me Storm Raven. Or Stormcrow, I think.
Stormcrow, yes, the bringer of bad news. That's a curse. Almost an insult. It is an insult. Crows do nothing but squawk and scream and are black. Almost like the black flame. They also feed off the carrion of the dead. They insult you. Stormcrow. That must not have gone very well.
Well, they did ask me to leave or they would shoot me, so... Yeah, it's a short visit.
Perhaps that was...
But I did your trick, though. It turns out it doesn't work so well if you're not part of a embassy.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, any Tom, Dick, or Harry lights a fire and... Makes sense.
It's true. Okay. Do you know if there's any places where I could find ancient knowledge, like a library or a great library?
There is the city of Alkaline, but I mean, that knowledge is, well, all based on humans.
Let's say I'm looking for something outside the city of Alkali.
Well, there are the towers, the white towers of the elves. That's where you learn arcane knowledge and probably dark secrets. The elves.
Okay.
And then, of course,
Let's
there's
say
always
I can.
ancient dragons who have hordes of lore, and they're ancient. Who knows how long they've been collecting crap.
So here's the thing. I can't go to the human settlement because they hate me. I can't go to the elf settlement because they hate me. And I can't go to the dragons because I think they might be the bad guys.
Of course, that's what I've been saying the whole time. Yeah, dragons are evil monsters.
Right, but more than that, the secret that Golden Mantle was trying to keep, he was trying to keep it away from the dragons. And that seems really weird to me.
That's weird. Yeah, strange.
Is there? Do you know if there are any ruins around here? Because if there's one, there's probably more, right?
Yeah.
Like, is anyone?
He like scratches his chin and like thinks. He's like, ruins? Like what type of ruins are you talking about? Like, there's plenty of like burnt out places, like bandit hideouts and stuff like that.
They'll probably have to be underground, right? So, I'm thinking like sinkholes or caverns.
It's like I don't normally look out for those. Those are death pits.
That is true. They are technically death pits.
Usually, if there's a hole in the ground, it's filled with dark things. The closer they are to death and the black flame.
Did you just say the black flame? I thought you didn't believe in the spirit world.
Well, even the Holy Master spoke of the dark flame. The flame that will consume the world and destroy it all.
But the Holy Master keeps it away?
The Holy Master protects us. He's divine. He knows everything and everything. If you want true knowledge, you should go to the Holy Master. But I doubt that they would let you in now.
So the Holy Master, does he like speak to people directly, or only to like a select few?
I myself have never seen the Holy Master.
But people have, like he like makes appearances, like the king or whatever.
No, the Inquisitor Lords are his divine will. Nobody's seen the Holy Master. But he does exist. The Inquisitor Lords tell us that he does exist.
Is it because I heard something about a throne? Is he like stuck on the throne?
Yes, the Iron Throne, yes. He is bound to that.
I see. I wonder, what if the secret of golden metal is the same thing? The holy. Hang on. Maybe I won't go down that path of thought too much. That sounds too much like heresy. Okay, well, I think here's the thing. I have these mercenaries who are looking for the slavers, and they'll be finished in about a month. So can I guess, work here for like a few weeks, and then I'll head back to Raventown to see if they found anything.
Of course. As long as you work here, you are welcome to stay.
Okay, thank you very much, Ed.
Adrian, I mean, you're worrying yourself about all this stuff. I mean, wouldn't it just be easier to just live this simple life and just stay here? Just, why not just stop using magic? I mean, you started it. Can't you just stop it and just live a peaceful life here?
I mean, here's the thing. I've already lost my eyes, so it's like I've opened the floodgates. The
Oh,
floodgates, the floodgates are open, and they can't be closed again.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. Well, it's like you said, you gotta live life to the fullest.
Like nods and coughs.
You know, you should maybe like go see a doctor about that cough. It's been going on for quite a while now.
So it is like he like shakes his head. It's fine. It's fine.
Uh, I mean, my mother always told me that if a cold has been going on for more than a week, then it's usually very serious.
So you've already done like a heal check on him. You know that he's already living with a terminal disease, and he knows this.
Oh yeah. I guess we're sort of in the same boat.
I'm loving this story. It's like clink, 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 clink. I love it. Like you're putting all these things together. I love it. I love it.
It's come full circle. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So I guess I don't want to roll to like mow the grass or whatever. Can I? Can we
No,
do time?
no. You've passed that point. You tell me what you do on the farm.
Okay. So spend time with Aura.
Aura's not.
Maybe Oda.
Oda, yes.
I meant practicing magic. Doing jobs.
Little Joe and you plow the fields. The mud and stuff begin covering the termite holes. Is there anything that you want to do before the mud covers and it just collapses?
So can I just ask?
Sure.
So Adron is a wizard, right? And I've got a lot of time to kill.
Yes.
Can I try to craft a magic item?
You
So
may.
for a lot of
Yes. Are
money-
you taking time to do this?
I will take time to do this.
Tell me what you're doing.
So like in the middle of the night, Adron will gather various alchemical mixtures and strange shimmering metals and pieces of long wood, assembling them, I guess.
Okay. And what are you trying to do?
I don't know. I didn't plan this far ahead.
What are you attempting to create?
We'll look up some magic items, I guess.
Yeah, it takes time to invest. So if you're making something, it takes a long time to do it.
Can I ask how much it costs?
You do not have enough. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So let's say I'm trying to make a staff, I guess.
Okay. Are you trying to infuse the wand to the staff? So are you taking a magical item and then combining it with another thing?
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to break the item.
Okay.
So let's say I'm trying to make a staff of, I don't know.
Staff of I don't know.
A staff of I don't know. Or maybe this is.
That's the fun thing about RPGs is you can do anything you want. It's just me who puts limitations on it. What are you attempting to do?
Let me have a look.
Okay.
Ooh, a wand. Oh, there's wands and oh my gosh, so much stuff.
Is this a good place to stop? And take 5, or would you like to continue? Or
This
stop?
might be a good place to stop, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a good
I'll-
settling, resting place. I mean, you're level 6. You found out a lot of stuff about the story. I didn't realize how fast you would start puzzling stuff together. So,
Well,
yeah.
it's with one person, it's a lot easier, I think.
Also the same person, too. That helps.
And also being able to negate all of the encounters.
That
Just
does help as well.
hide.
That does help as well.
When I actually fight, it's going to be like... oh no, I fell over.
I mean, like I said, whether you win a victory or lose a victory, you don't have to kill everything. Avoidance is just as acceptable as destroying everything. All right.
Okay.
We will talk off screen to see what you want to do. We will see you guys in the next episode, and hopefully we'll have everything hammered out. Bye.